Alright, welcome back everybody to this section. In this section we want to talk about audio management in our Mindizor game project. So first of all, we have something called AudioSource, and all the time when you work with AudioSource we have to listen to this AudioSource. So if you go, for example, here inside the main camera, we have something called audio listener, and by default when you have a new camera, when you have a new scene, you're just gonna get this by default into your scene. And this audio listener gonna be the listener for your input, and we mean by input just an audio source. So you might play audio from an audio source, and this audio source just gonna be an audio file, like you have an audio file connected to the audio source. So let's just imagine this. When you're talking about audio source here, we have something here in the game called general game object. And we have this general game object, which is basically a game object with a general script and an audio source. So we have added here an audio source to this game object. So if you go here to the scene, you're gonna see here we have an audio source, and this audio source is centralized here in the 0, point of the scene. So, and we'll put the type of this audio source. We have here a lot of configuration for this audio source. Like you can mute the audio source, you can select a mixer, audio mixer. You can put here bypass effects, and we have here play on awake. Play on an awake here, we mean by this option. When you start a scene, do you want to play this on an awake? Like I just start with a scene. Do you want to play this when I start the scene? We have also here the loop option. When you turn this on, you're just gonna keep repeating the audio. So if the audio source or the audio file is 3 minutes, you're just gonna repeat this audio file every 3 minutes. Here we got priority. So by default we just keep it as 128, and here we have volume. So notice here the volume is 1, so it's the maximum volume. Here we got pitch, we got stereo pan, we got spatial blend. Here we got other options. Here we have also the 3D sound settings. We have spread, and we have also volume roll off. So this is the how you wanna spread out the volume. So here we have, for example, linear, and you're just gonna notice here we have the volume is here, and we have the relationship between the different configurations. So most of the time we just keep it logarithmic, as you can see here. And because we are talking about 2D games here, we just gonna have the same audio source in the game. So in case of 3D games, you're just gonna have some some audio. The audio just gonna be different from different points because there is an audio source in some location, and when you're just gonna be near that game object inside the 3D game, you're just gonna hear the volume just gonna be maximized. But when you go away from it, you're just gonna lower the volume. So there's many options here which is related to the 3D sound settings. But here, since we're talking about 2D games, we're not gonna go in depth with the audio settings, but just gonna let you know that here we have an audio source with a MP3 file here. So if we go sounds, here we got an MP3 file. So this is the audio source, the MP3 file that we got. You can put OGG files, or you can put also WAV files. So it depends on the type of files. You can preview the file here. Alright, so you can see the different settings here. Force the mono if you want to play the audio source not in stereo, you just want to play it on one channel, you can force the mono, and you can see the different options here for load type, for the conversion type. You can see here different options. So I recommend to keep these settings as default, and we're just gonna use this audio source with the general game object. So I'm just gonna cancel this. Yeah, with the general game object, and we're just gonna play this audio source according to another thing. We have something here called AudioContorller, and we use this AudioContorller with the audio source. So you could have multiple audio source in your game, and each of these sources just going to be in different layer. So here we have something called one-shot audio. So if you want to play a specific audio in your game, you can have multiple layers. So a layer above another layer, with each layer gonna have a separate audio source. Here for the audio control, we're just using a one channel or one layer, which is known as one-shot audio. And this layer, which is the one-shot audio, we have audio files. So if you go here, we have two configuration for this audio controller. We have first the audio files, and you can see here we got two audio files. The first one is here and the other one is here. And also we have to type the audio file name. So we have, this is the first name of the audio file, and this is the second name of the audio file. You can see it's an array. If you want to add more audio sources, here you can increment this number and add more as drag and drop a new audio source here.